Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. So today's recipe is this very simple cocoyam soup with oha leaf. Cocoyam soup is popularly known in the eastern part of Nigeria as Ede soup. So keep watching to see how I made it. But before we start, have you clicked the subscribe button? Don't forget to do so if you haven't. So in a pot, I'll be going in with my already washed cocoyam. I already washed this cocoyam with lots of water to take out the dirt in it. So I'll be adding it to this pot and I'll add enough water to cook it. I'll cook until it's tender, like very soft. So this leaf right here is called oha leaf. Some call it ora leaf. I don't know the English name for it. So this leaf is very soft. I'll be pulling it out like this, just the way you're seeing it. After pulling it out, then I'll use my hand to cut the leaf. That is because the leaf is very soft. So while I was growing up, I used to hear that when you use knife to cut the leaf, that the soup is going to be bitter or the leaf is going to be bitter. So I don't know how true that is, but I've not tried using my knife. So I have always used my hand for this, and I think it's faster when you use your hands to do it. So I'll keep doing this way until I'm done. Once I'm done, I'm going to wash this thoroughly to take off the sand in it, and I'll set it aside. So in my pot, I have my stockfish head and catfish. Now I already washed the stockfish and the catfish with hot water to take off the slime in the catfish. Anyways, you can use any protein of your choice. So I'll season with some onion. This is a blended scotch bonnet pepper and chili pepper. I added my seasoning cubes and then salt. Now I'm going to be adding water to this and allow the fish to come to a boil. Just let it boil, because I'm using catfish. I wouldn't like it to break while my soup is still cooking. So I'm going to cover this and just let it boil. If you're still watching, thank you. Please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't. As you can see, it's boiling just the way I want it. Next, I'll be adding palm oil. Now I used a little bit of palm oil for this because when I was pounding my ede, that is my cocoyam, I used some oil, so I just needed a little bit of oil for it. Next, I'll be adding my cocoyam. As you can see, I already pounded the cocoyam, removed the chaff and pounded it and added some oil to it. Next, I'll be going in with the batter or paste. I don't know what to call it exactly. So I added it like this. I'm going to be adding it in lumps because if I add it at once, it will be very hard for it to dissolve. But when you add it this way, it will be very easy. Once it just starts boiling, everything starts melting. So I'm going to cover it and let it cook. So this is after 10 minutes that I added my ede. You can see how it's dissolving already. So I used my spoon to break it the more because I am actually in a haste. So as you can see, I'm using my spoon to just melt down everything. Once this is done, I'm going to add my crayfish powder and my ogili. You can afford to miss this if you're cooking ede soup. You must use a must. You just have to put it. It gives the soup another taste entirely. So I added more water because my ede was becoming so thick. So I'm going to give this a very good mix. I added my dried fish. The name of this fish is asa. I bought it fresh and I dried it, so I'll let this cook. This is after 5 minutes of adding the fish. You can see how well it's boiling. So I used plenty of ede for this soup because I will be reserving some in the fridge. So you can just use small quantity for yours. So I added salt and my black pepper. So I'm going to give this a thorough mix. So at this point I checked if everything was okay. So everything was just fine, so I'm going to cover it for the very last time and let it cook well. And yes, next I'll be adding my leaf. That is the oha leaf. I lost the clip where I actually added it, but you can just add it just like every other leaf, and that is it. My Ede soup is ready. So if you watch this video to the end, thank you very much for watching. See you in my next one. Bye bye.